Josh on Earth here. In this video I'm going to break down a few misconceptions about semen retention that the lessons that I've managed to learn on my journey. I've been over 2.5 years, I've been practicing this now. I've had so many times where I fell off the wagon, so many times I've clicked the clock, and that were a tongue twister, and restarted. And there's so many times I've just thought, do you know what, I'm going to stop this practice altogether, I'm throwing the towel in, I've had enough. So throughout this journey, and throughout still deciding to stay consistent to this path, there's so many things I've uncovered. I mean, on an energetical level from the male standpoint, and also how women are interacting and how women respond to you doing this practice without them even knowing. So I'm going to break that down for you today, and I'm going to go in a little bit more depth and detail. Things I've learned recently. These are like recent things I've learned recently. This is a recent. And through recent encounters, these are things that I've been uncovering, and are things that I think are really important, and I think you should know, and are going to come beneficial on your journey. And the first one is semen retention is not what you think. It's not what you think. And what do I mean by it's not what you think? The market is selling it. The semen retention market. It's funny because it shouldn't even have a market. This is a sacred ancient practice. The only reason I've learnt about it is I think I first read it about it in a book. First read about it in Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. Something triggered in me. And then my friend mentioned something about Kundalini. And then through Kundalini, that's what sent me down the rabbit hole of researching about semen retention. And I mentioned this on a previous video, that anything that I believe is going to be beneficial to me on a deeper level, on a personal level, on a spiritual level, I get deeply immersed in it, and I want to go all in on it, basically. And a lot of things I'll do that for a short period of time, get bored and fuck it off. Whereas this, I've stood it out because I've seen the benefits that it brings, and it's been truly beneficial to my life. But I want to bring this back down to a human level, because a lot of the semen retention gurus, you can probably paint me in that brush if you really want, but I don't paint myself with that brush. They say to you, like, do semen retention, get jacked, get women, get money. What else what other bullshit are they telling you? Yeah, get a deeper voice, get a better skin. They're telling you all this through semen retention, whereas that could potentially be true. There's no scientific data to prove that. Firstly, I just want to say that none of that is true from a scientific level, because it hasn't been proven. So if you're going into semen retention to gain these things, or to, what's the word I'm looking for? Yeah, if that's the purpose of going in semen retention, to achieve any one of these things that I've just mentioned, then don't get your hopes up, bro, because that's not what it's all about. So why I think this needs tackling is because people are getting in this thinking that they're going to get on semen retention, they're going to achieve all these things, they're going to get the woman, they're going to get big muscles, you're going to get a six-pack, bro, yeah, you're going to get a six-pack. And by doing this, it's a one pill fix all. You do this and you achieve all these things, you get the money, you get the girl, you get the six-pack. And people are doing it because they believe it's a shortcut. This might not even be a conscious decision. This might happen on a subconscious level, because as a collective, we're always looking for shortcuts. Even myself, sometimes I have to pull myself back and recognise when I'm doing it. But we're always looking for shortcuts. We always want the easy, fast route. We always want something that just comes to us quick and easy. So when you see this semen retention, like, oh my God, boom, I can do this one thing and it fixes all these categories in my life. Well, fellas, sorry to break it to you, but it's not true. If you want to get in shape, you still have to go to the gym 4 or 5 times a week. You can get there 3 times a week, but you still have to go to the gym week on week consistently. You still have to, if you want six-pack, you still have to eat in a calorie deficit. You still have to choose correct nutrition. You still have to have correct habits and do them consistently for a long period of time. You want to have money. You've got to be dedicated to a practice. You've got to get financially literate. You've got to create a business or get some positive financial income streams. You've got to learn to invest. Learn about economics. You don't get on semen retention and get rich, bro. Let's just be real and put this back down to earth. And what else is there? The women as well. You don't get women by getting on semen retention. The reason why there's a common misconception, and I'll tell you why it is. The reason why women are more drawn to you on semen retention is not because you're on semen retention. It is because you're giving off the energy that you're not bothered. whether you are or not, because I believe even on semen retention, you are still going to be bothered about, or you are still going to be drawn to these women. You are still going to be attracted, and you are still want to go into pursue sex with women, if not even more, because of the fact you're retaining, the energy gets built up, and you're drawn to acting out that behaviour even more. Because it's just like anything. It's like taking the dummy out the child's mouth. You want the dummy even more. When you take something off someone and you say you can't have it, you want it even more. So when you psychologically say to yourself you can't have the thing that drives males above all else, what do you think is going to happen? You're going to crave it and want it even more. So that's what's happening. So when you kind of shut off, a lot of what's happening is a lot of males aren't actually they're not actually sexually disciplined when on semen retention. I've mentioned this before in another video as well. What's actually happening is you're actually just suppressing and numbing yourself. So you're shutting yourself off from this sexual energy, and then in turn what's happening is you're either compressing the energy, like burying it, and then eventually you're just going to explode. Even that, it's going to manifest in you just going on an absolute fucking spree and tapping a whale up on the night out. Let that energy, it couldn't even manifest in violence or going out drinking and taking drugs. It's going to manifest in chaos if you're suppressing this energy, straight up. Like there's no way around it. You can't just do semen retention and think you've mastered lust. I actually did believe that when I was suppressing it for that long, but it doesn't work like that, unfortunately. So tackling that common misconception. But yeah, going back to the point about why the women are more attracted to you, it's because you shut off. You're giving the energy off as I'm not interested. That's why they're more drawn to you. It's got nothing to do with the semen retention. It's got to do with the simple fact that, yeah, you're giving off the energy that, like, do you know what? I'm not that arsed. I'm not pursuing you. I'm not giving you the lust for lies. I'm not putting energy out there that I want to pursue sexual relationships with you. Because if you've made the decision that you're retaining and you decide you're distancing yourself from casual sex, then that's going to be the trade-off. You're going to have to be in social situations or environments where there's pretty women, and you're going to have some form of boundary. And the reason why they feel more drawn and attracted to that is because the vast majority of males are completely controlled and ran by this sexual essence. So women actually get sick and tired of men pestering them. They get, even because women are way more intuitive, they're way more tapped in energetically, so they can read when a man's lusting over them. They know it, they can kind of sense it. So when a man's not lusting over them, they're like, oh, whoa, hold on a minute, this is interesting. Like, why is he not trying to pursue me? Why is he not being creepy? Why is he not trying to talk to me? Why is he not giving off the energy that he's into me? Because a lot of what women want is just attraction. They want to see that they're attractive or that they are appearing attractive to the opposite sex. Because when it comes to a reproductive standpoint, women draw men. It's like the peacock. The peacock puts the feathers out to draw in the mate. I don't even know whether that, yeah, I'm pretty sure the peacock, the females one with the bright colours, puts out the peacock feathers to draw in the mate. And I think there's lobsters as well. They do something, spraying off a certain pheromone to attract mates. So this is going on. I swear to God, you can research every single animal in Animal Kingdom. They follow this exact same mating or biological evolutionary reproduction. I'm throwing some fancy words about here. Evolutionary reaction to attracting a mate or a partner of the opposite sex. So women are naturally trying to look good. So when to give off, obviously, to get attention from men, they want to, even if they don't want to have sex with you, they want the reassurance that, yeah, what they're doing is right. I do look attractive. Men are attracted to me. I am going to get selected. And that's what it comes down to. So when men are not giving them the attention that they either normally get or the attention that they're craving in that moment, they want to know why. They become a little bit flustered. They want to get that attention. So they're craving more so the attention from you, whilst what you're craving to have sex with them. They just want attention sometimes. They don't want to bang. And even if they give you attention, it's probably just because they want it back. They just want a little hit of dopamine. They just want to feel the dopamine of getting attention. And it's vice versa as well. I mean, I think that's a two-way street. It isn't just the women. Men go into environments and we want women to look at us because it gives us that little dopamine hit of attention. And I think, going back to the semen retention, I think training yourself to not seek some form of external validation is actually more important than the semen retention practice as a whole. Being able to just go and not feel like you need some form of validation, or you need women to give you that approval by looking at you or checking you out. Because, oh, is she looking at me? She's checking me out. She's checking me out. Oh, she's checking me out. She's definitely checking me out. And it gives you that little ego boost. It makes you feel a little bit better in that moment. So it gives you the justification that what I'm doing is right. Where it's not always true. She might have just looked at you, bro. She might not even be into you. She might, in fact, what's probably happening on an even deeper psychological level is that you probably giving off that lustful energy to her. You're trying to get her attention, so she's felt and picked up on that energy. So she's looked at you, and then when that's give you the reassurance. She looked at me, when really she's just like reacting to the lustful energy that you're projecting towards her. This is what's going on at a deeper psychological level. It is nuts. But going back to my simple point about breaking down these common misconceptions about semen retention, another big one is that you believe that this is going to be, I tell you what, I'm going to go on to the point of what this is actually, what this is for, what this is all about, why are you doing this? And if it's to achieve these metrics of getting a woman and getting a good body and earning loads of money, you're in it for the wrong reasons, for one. And two, you're probably not going to get much success with this practice in terms of achieving them. I'm not saying you won't achieve them things for it. I think you definitely can, and I think it definitely does make you more magnetic. I don't know what's actually happening on a deeper energetical level, because, well, you can't really scientifically prove that, but through my experience, things have happened at a much faster rate. My spiritual evolution has ramped up and accelerated tenfold since I started this practice. Whether it's a coincidence or not, I don't know, but I'm just putting two and two together. And I think it's coming down to, because once you become more disciplined and once you stop taking your focus and attention off constantly being pursued by this lustful energy, you've got way more energy and focus, way more energy and way more attention that you can put into other things. I think that is what it's all about. It's about recognizing this awareness, having this awareness of this energy that is pulling you around, and letting that pull you to positive destinations. One, being aware of it, and then two, letting that energy drive you for good rather than bad. So I'll give you an example. I've used this before, but if you're going to the gym and you still go to the gym and you're pretty badly consistent, pick a gym with loads of hot birds. Pick a gym with loads of beautiful women. I guarantee you now, you're way more inclined to keep returning to that gym. But be aware of that. Say to yourself, yeah, I am returning for that, but if that keeps drawing me back to doing something positive, that's a positive. You don't need to act on it. You don't need to pursue these women, but just know that it is driving me. And that's a positive thing. A woman can be your biggest asset to achievement, to achieving the life you want, and also can be your biggest downfall. It just totally depends on you and how you react to that. But realise that having the awareness to understand that this energy is pulling you around regardless, whether you want to accept it or not. There's nothing you can do about it, unfortunately. Practicing this practice makes you a lot more disciplined with it, makes you be able to handle it and redirect it a lot better, but it's driving you a lot more than you think it is, and it will continue to drive you whether you practice this semen retention or not. And you need to understand that, but you also need to understand that, right, okay, if it's driving me, how can I redirect it? How can I make this energy drive me to positive things, to pursuing the business? If you know that you're attracting a partner is driving you to grow a successful business, if that's the main thing and you genuinely believe that, then ride that shit, bro. Use that energy for good. Use that energy. If you think, right, I'm going to grow a successful business, the fact that I want a successful business is because I want to attract a mate, I want a partner, brilliant, do it. Utilize the energy because it is powerful energy. Retain the seed so you've got more of that life force within. Learn to circulate and redirect the energy, which I've spoke about in another video. Have a flick through my channel, you'll be able to have a look at that. And then allow it to drive you. Allow it to drive you. And this is a lot of what I was doing, where I went wrong in the past as well. I wasn't letting this energy drive me. I was kind of, if I knew that or I felt like I was being pulled by lust, I'd be like, nah, I won't want to do that. I shouldn't be doing that. I like it's wrong. Whereas it's going to drive you regardless. It's driving you on a subconscious level more than you even think. You go places, do things, you make decisions every single day on a day-to-day basis based off lust. So I think the main thing is having that awareness and recognizing where it's pulling you, how it's pulling you, and how to then redirect and utilize that energy for something good. And this is where retaining becomes powerful then. It becomes magic because you're now recognizing the surge of energy that you have through retaining, because it does give you more energy. That I cannot disagree with. The 100% you have more energy when you're practicing semen retention in all walks of life. Where you're training, you have more energy. Day-to-day life, you have more energy. You feel a little bit more radiant, a little bit more confident. You're sleeping better. It does affect you energetically. That's through experience. Yeah, there's no scientific data, but I'm just giving you my personal experience. So using that extra energy now, it's all right practicing semen retention, but if you're not doing anything with it, it's just a complete waste of time. And I believe the phase in your life, I'm going to finish on this because it's important. This is another lesson that I learned. The phase of your life, or where you're at in your life, is going to dictate whether I think this practice is going to be beneficial for you. If you are going through a stage of your life where you've not really pursuing anything, you've not really got any goals, you've got nothing really going on, you're kind of going through the motion, your habits are a bit shit, this isn't a good thing, this isn't what you want to be doing. You're better off just releasing that energy and getting it out your system than letting it accumulate and then just manifesting in bad habits and not actually doing anything with it. You're better releasing in them time. I go through stages. I don't do this all the time. I'm not dedicated to not releasing. I go through stages in my life whereas I'm not really doing anything. I've got like a break from my goals, which is very rare, but if I have some time off and not really going on, I might go through a stage of I've released that energy a little bit, because why do I need this influx and surge of energy which is only going to make me sexually frustrated and make me like just a little bit agitated when I'm not able to redirect it? So why would I want to put up with that or deal with that? I recognise I've got this influx. I'll just release that to just kind of ground my energy and keep me centred throughout this period. And then when I'm back on mission and purpose, that is the perfect time to utilise semen retention. So I think you need big lofty goals. You need a mission to pursue. And then you can kind of, then the mission, once you've got a big lofty mission and some goals to pursue, you're kind of not that asked about women anyway, because you just start to see it as a distraction. It's different if a woman can actually come in aligned with your mission and purpose and actually propel you forward. Like I said, usually it can either be your downfall or your biggest asset. But that's it's hard to distinguish, and it's very hard to find a woman that is going to be aligned like that. So I think if you're a single man and you're watching this video and you've got a big mission to pursue, then semen retention is perfect. This is going to allow you to kind of filter out the distraction of women. You know that, listen, I'm not sleeping around, there's beautiful women everywhere, I can have them if I want to have them, if I'm returning and I've got some form of confidence. You can approach pretty much, I'm not saying pretty much any women, but most women, if you approach them, you're coming across grounded, you're confident, you're direct, you've got a little bit of game about you, you'll be able to get the number and crack on with them. You've just got to take action on it. They're waiting for males to approach them, so you can do that any given moment. Having that in the back of your mind is good to know. Just know that if I want these, I can have them. It just means me overcoming that approach anxiety and just approaching the woman, getting onto them. So having that in the back of your mind, listen, they're not going anywhere, there's beautiful women everywhere, I'm returning, I'm not pursuing casual sex, I'm just going to continue to stay forward on my mission. I'm just going to push back any women that come my way, and I'm going to propel my mission forward, and that is my number one priority in life, because your mission should always come before the woman. I genuinely believe that, fellas, always, because every time you put the woman before the mission, you end up losing both. So make that decision, put the mission first, because you put the woman first, you lose both. That's through experience. So yeah, I'm going to leave it on that note. If you want to know more information about anything I've been speaking about, or you've got any ideas, just fire them down, because I've got so many things I want to speak about, but I also want to get your interpretation of it, things you want to learn out specifically. Comment below, I will make a video just specifically for you about things you want to learn, or you want me to go in a little bit deeper about anything at all that I've already spoke about, or any extra topics that you would like me to discuss. I'm going to sign out on the Earth ones. I feel like there was one more thing I wanted to add. I think the final thing is the woman will come. The woman, you don't need to worry about finding a partner. Yeah, they are getting taken, but the more you pursue your mission, the more you develop as a person, they will just be it'll naturally just unfold. And if God's going to send you a woman, he'll send you one at the right time. You're never going to be short of that. But just have your discernment sword, your sword of discernment sharp and super duper sharp, and don't let that chaotic energy pull you off your path and your mission. Right, I'm going to sign out on that, boys. I love you all to bitch. Peace, Earth ones.